It's week 9 of the 2024 season, and our focus is on this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. We're just moments away from the action on Thursday night.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard to quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his third year in the league.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense.
Oh, what an inauspicious start. It's intercepted. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick six and an early touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
The extra point is good. And the visitors are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. So 7-0 to score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They are obviously still smarting from that pick six a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hole. Try to start digging out now with 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. Not much. 2nd and long coming up.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defender.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
We have the luxury each week, Mike, of sitting down with these players and really getting a behind-the-scenes look at what makes them so good and what makes them tick. And, man, wouldn't it be nice to be able to bring the fan kind of behind the curtain and let them see for themselves what we see firsthand? And, man, it would only take a couple minutes for you to realize just what kind of leader this guy is. You would never know he threw 3 touchdowns last week. All he wanted to talk about was the costly interception and the couple plays he left out there. That's why they rally around him. The better he plays, the better the team plays. They need more consistent performances from him to get the rest of this team to do their part.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And a 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw yet again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throw on the run is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That is knocked away downfield. Incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. They're all set to punt this one away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. They'll begin with a zone read. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Slot man in motion left. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. It is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt. A fair catch. He's going to call it, take it right around his own 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's 1st and 10. Now give on the ground. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Quick throw, taken in. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. That's going to be intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. The ball comes out, but this is taken in by a teammate. 3rd and 6.
At their own 34-yard line.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at their 42-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for...
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now here's another ball that's intercepted.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend. But as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
So now this team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He pulls it in around the 5. Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And that big offensive block, clearing space. He's in. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
The extra point is up and through. And his guys are on top. It's 14-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. That'll be caught along the sideline. Good work there.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out
we're back
to Mike
underway
and
here
Greg.
on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And he's shedding tacklers left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to keep it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
It's a pickup of 13 yards, and that will be a 1st down.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3 and out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's the toss as they look to run. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Throw across his body is complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. This team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Handoff here, up the middle, and you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this out to his running back.
Really nice play recognition there by the defense. They sensed the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield, and that ball was going to be checked down. The moment that ball hit the running back's hands, there was nowhere to go.
On 4th down, out comes the punter, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. 1st and 10. Going right, it's taken in, and he's going to have this one up near the 28. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Now, faking the give, Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Back to the air one more time. This one complete right side. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4. They'll stay on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
A gain of 15. Results in a first down.
So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. We can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Here's a toss, right side. And he'll get this only to about the 10. They'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. They need one right now. 3rd and long. This is caught for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down. Let's see if this one holds up.
Offside, defense. That penalty is declined.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and the visitors move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Our home team, 14.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold.
In trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch signal and taken at about the 18-yard line.
1st down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back.
To the ground, a 1st down run. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. He pulls it in around the 5. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
And he will do it himself. He's in. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Extra point try forthcoming. His kick is good. And his guys move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll look to throw again. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now give on the ground. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance. But I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough. And they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll take it on in.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Gray. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. He runs with it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. As they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. To the right side here. Pass is caught.
complete to number 13.
And after that completion, they don't have enough to move the chain, so it's all going to come down to this. If they want any opportunity to go down and kick themselves a field goal, they've got to convert here on this 4th down. They need their best play.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for our visitors. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. A game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.